Why do we fear being naked? Well, I'm sure that most people would say that they feel vulnerable, exposed, and they fear being laughed at or ridiculed for their lack of perfection. I'm also convinced that most people see themselves as just not good enough when comparing themselves to others, and they would rather curl up and die than have all eyes on them and be the centre of attention. So what's my point here? Well, you don't need to be naked to experience all of those emotions, because lack of self-confidence evokes all the exact same insecurities, fears and self-criticism. But what makes the difference between going outside naked and going outside with low self-confidence lies in your ability to find a solution. If you're new to my channel, a huge welcome. I'm Sue Blackhurst. And if you're at a stage in your life where you're tired of feeling foolish and you're tired of feeling that you're simply not good enough, click on the link in the description box below or the link up here, because I'd love you to join me on my free training where I will show you how to break that destructive cycle of self-doubt. I will show you how to turn that negative voice inside your head into positive self-belief. And while you're at it, please do help me by subscribing, and don't forget, hit that notification bell. So, being naked in public. Now, I'm going to make a pretty broad statement here, but I do think it's pretty safe to say that it is something that we all fear. But the fear of being naked in public doesn't stop any of us from ever going out or joining in. And that's because we've all learned how to solve it. From a very early age, we're taught how to armour ourselves. And it's not only for personal comfort and safety, it's also to prevent us from feeling vulnerable, embarrassed, and even foolish, I think it's safe to say. We instinctively know how to adapt to and deal with the different external influences in our lives. We know whether to add or remove clothing if the temperature changes. And when it's raining, to protect ourselves from getting wet, we put on a waterproof or use an umbrella. If it's sunny, we protect our eyes by wearing sunglasses. And to protect our skin, we apply a barrier of sun cream. And if it's deep snow outside, we wear insulated thermal snow boots that prevent our feet from getting frostbite and also give us enough grip to enable us to keep moving forwards without the fear of falling flat on our face. We grow up with a wardrobe full of resources to use to protect ourselves from all sorts of external elements. But when we're faced with the external elements such as criticism, failure or negativity, there isn't a store cupboard we can go to full of supplies. You see, we don't ever buy the item, we only ever buy the solution to a problem. No one buys a coat, they buy warmth when it's cold, or they buy safety or security to do a certain job, or even maybe increased status or image factor. No one buys an umbrella because they're buying dryness. But when you don't feel good enough, you can't go onto Amazon and you can't go and search for something that you can instantly put on or apply to gain the confidence that you need to go outside and deal with the unknown. So why is it that some people find it so easy, yet for others it creates so much internal anxiety? Well, we grow up in a world of comparisons. From a very early age, it's how soon your child can walk or talk compared to all the other babies in the playgroup. But it then moves through, as we grow into adult life, through exam grades, career progression, and even appearance and lifestyle. And no matter how well we do in life, there will always be somebody, and it could be a parent, a sibling, a partner, a neighbour, a friend, or somebody that we instinctively compare ourselves to. And if we don't have the resources to protect ourselves from that self-doubt, it leads to a life of low self-confidence and this constant fear of just never being good enough. And when you feel foolish, you don't have the words or skills to respond to negativity or criticism. And this is when it evokes these same fears as being naked. You become vulnerable and you fear being looked at or being highlighted in a crowd. And when you believe that you've no voice or nothing of value to say, to either engage with other people or respond to a simple question, you feel unprotected and therefore you don't feel safe or secure. And it's those same feelings that lead people with low self-confidence to run away and hide. So, learning how to armour yourself to external influences not only gives you the confidence to deal with external stressors, it also provides protection as it stops the mind being damaged and prevents our emotions from being constantly hammered. Learning the skills to overcome low self-confidence literally opens doors, and it enables you to go back outside knowing that you have the skills and the resources to deal with whatever outside elements are thrown at you. Confidence isn't a personality trait, it's a skill. And just like learning the skill of, say, riding a bike, you can learn the skills to be most confident. But the thing about being able to ride a bike lies in the simple fact that you have to get on the bike when you have absolutely no idea what to do. You have to have a go. And you have to keep on trying, knowing that you're going to make mistakes, you're going to fall off. But the difference between people who believe they can and those who believe that they can't lies in how many times you get back on and try again and again and again, no matter how many times you fall over. First of all, you start with stabilisers. Then we carry on wobbling a little bit as someone's holding that back seat until eventually you go on your own. And when you've cycled those first few metres without anyone supporting you, that is the moment you feel the first waves of confidence. It's not something you have or something you need to get on the bike. It's what you gain when you have a tiny amount of belief that actually you can do something that you couldn't do before. Confidence isn't about being the loudest in the room. It's not walking in and going, ta-da, I'm here. And it isn't about never feeling anxious. It's about the willingness to get up and have a go. It's about the ability to try again and again with that self-belief that, just like learning to ride a bike, we all start off not being able to do it. But if you stop trying the first time you fall over, you will never improve through practice. And you'll never truly know what you're capable of achieving in life. Underneath, we're all naked and we are all vulnerable. And we have all found a solution that enables us to live our lives without this constant fear that somebody else is going to see our imperfections. But only a handful of people have sought, accessed and utilised the solutions to low self-confidence. You will have no doubt heard me talking about my confidence program before. But even though I say it myself, it really does work and it really can provide you with all the resources, tools, tips and tricks to protect you from all these external elements that are holding you back. I've been delivering the program now, for well over 2 years. And I even came off YouTube for the past 6 months to build the online version so it's now accessible to even more women who are just like you. Membership of the program gives you access to all the modules and a whole host of additional resources. The results are incredible, and I even speak with you every single week to make sure you keep on track and you keep getting back on that bike if you ever start to wobble. And don't just take my word for it, this is what Kay said. Sue is a perceptive, empathic and motivational person, and I really enjoyed her profound insights into human behaviour. I had hit a really low point in my life that was escalating out of control, and this program was exactly what I needed. I quickly discovered that it's never too late to change, and I started to feel so much better from day one. The whole program was a very powerful and enlightening experience. Sue gave me so many tools to overcome my self-doubt and increase my self-respect and confidence. The content was so easy to grasp and it honestly changed my life. I can completely recommend the course. And here is what Louise said. I absolutely loved working with Sue. I was at a place in my life where my children had left home, and for the first time I had space and time for me, which to be honest was quite scary. I didn't know what I wanted or was able to do. I'd lost all my confidence and I couldn't see a way out. What I really loved was how everything covered was backed up with practical tasks. I don't work and I'd lost my role and purpose, so having an easy step-by-step process to build both my confidence and resilience was exactly what I needed. I no longer have a void in my life, thanks to Sue. So if you're tired of feeling naked and you're ready to turn your life around, you can also be part of this very special group of ladies. All you need to do now is go and click on the link in the description box below and you can join me on my free training. Or if you want to fast track and go straight to book a call with me, my calendar link is also there and I would love to have a chat and tell you more about what's involved. It would also really help me and my channel if you subscribe before you go, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. I've got new videos out every week. Do take care, and I will see you soon.